Hello everyone and welcome to another Pokemon Trading Card Game live video. My name is Jamie and today I'll be taking you through another deck which has come out from the most recent release, which of course is Prismatic Evolutions. Though just before we do go into the video, if you do like this type of content, you want to see some more content related to the Pokemon Trading Card Game, then as always hit that subscribe button. And of course, like the video, that would be great. So let's just go straight into the deck of today. We are looking at, I really like this deck by the way, I've been playing it a lot this week and I really like it. We're looking at Venomoth Froslass. So we've been looking at a lot of the evolutions as of late. We've also been looking at things like Terra Pokemon. This is not a Terra deck. This is a bit of a lock deck. So we have Venomoth here, which is a stage 1, and it's evolves from Venonat, 90 HP. It's a grass type. And it has a second attack here, which is pretty much irrelevant. It's the first attack that we're looking at here, Perplexing Powder. So your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused, and they cannot play any item cards from their hand the following turn. So it's kind of a bit of a lock type of Pokemon, so to say. And it does do 30 damage on the side as well, so that's also pretty relevant, so to say. So if they have an active Budew, for example, that would knock that out. And also it's a grass type. Grass is pretty good, I would say, in the format. Hits some weaknesses as well, so that can be bump that up to about 60 damage. So yeah, it's got a retreat cost of 1, and of course weak to fire as well. So that is Venomoth. So what other Pokemon best kind of pair with Venomoth? We have here Froslass, which has this ability, Freezing Shroud. We do not attack with Froslass, so its attack is pretty much, well, it is irrelevant. But Freezing Shroud, basically during Pokemon checkup, you can put 1 damage counter on each Pokemon that has an ability, both yours and your opponent's. So if you have multiple Froslass, this stacks, which means that if you have 3 Froslasses, in between turns you'll be putting, I think, 3 damage counters basically in between turns. That is basically Pokemon checkup, so yeah. So you can, just between turns, you can accumulate like 60 damage, because you would end your turn, then your opponent would end their turn, that would be 60 damage, so pretty powerful. That is the idea of the deck. Basically to lock them with Venomoth here, we use Perplex Powder. They're confused, which means they have to attack on a coin flip, and if they don't knock out your Venomoth, then they just won't attack basically, and then in the process, if they have an ability, then they'll be stacking up damage here through Froslass, so that is the idea of the deck. Other Pokemon that we are looking at as well, a new card which come out from Prismatic Evolutions, which makes this deck really good, is Budew for its Itchy Pollen attack, so it's a free retreater, which means it's very versatile and doesn't require an energy to attack, and with Itchy Pollen for 10 damage, your opponent can't play any item cards their next turn. So that kind of just locks out things like Switch, for example. We do play things like Counter Catchers, Bosses as well, so if you bring something up, they cannot switch that out because they cannot play any item cards from their hands. So that is the idea of the deck. Other Pokemon that we have is Ursaluna EX. Basically Ursaluna is it's just kind of a late game sweeper. When you are having trouble with some Pokemon that that are just constantly attacking, and you need something just to kind of get that Pokemon out of the active spot, then we can use Ursaluna for that, for its Bloodmoon attack for 240 damage, which is really solid, and just kind of get rid of it basically. Something to note that with Ursaluna though, you need to be very situational as to when you put it down, because if you have a lot of Froslass, Ursaluna does have an ability which is very good, by the way. However, that does mean it will accumulate damage as well, so just be careful of that. Ursaluna has won me a lot of games in testing, predominantly late game, I would say, when they just got like 1 Pokemon active, and then you just kind of put Ursaluna sweep in and take the last 2 prizes or something like that. So yeah, that is the Pokemon line. That's what we're dealing with. That's what we're working with at the moment. Other Pokemon you could also include. I tried Manaphy as well. Manaphy was okay, but then again you got the issue of the ability as well, which means that can get knocked out. So we've got 70 HP as well. But let's go to the trainer line. Let's have a look at the trainers. What are we playing? So again, testing around with this. Not sure this is the complete line of what I've played, but this is what I've kind of refined it to basically at the moment. Irida is really good. Shouldn't really have to explain this, but such a deck for a water Pokemon and an item card, so you can get yourself a Froslass, you can get yourself Buddy-Buddy, Earthen Vessel, just a really solid cards, and much better than say Arven in this deck. Although do keep in mind that if you are playing this post rotation, then you might have to reconsider the way it's going to get rotated out. So just keep that in mind. 2 Earthen Vessel, 4 Buddy-Buddy. I mean, Buddy-Buddy is really solid in this deck. I think it searches you out everything minus your Ursaluna, so really solid. Heavy Ball, just in case something gets stuck. 2 Counter Catcher, so we do go behind, generally speaking, with this deck in prizes, so Counter Catcher is really clutch, so very good. Professor Turos as well, versatile, and of course if you do play Ursaluna, you want to kind of bounce that back up because it's got a lot of damage on it or whatever just through your Froslass. Then you can also use Professor Turos, that's why I've got that in there. Other things we've got in the deck as well, Colress's Tenacity as well. We can search for stadiums and we can search for energy cards as well. Iono's at 4, Pokégear's at 3. In testing, I know that we run a lot of stage 1s and things, but in testing, Professor's Research has worked really, really well for me. Just being able to get through the deck and just get those resources that you need, I found that it's worked really well. But feel free to adapt it depending on kind of what best suits your playing style. Again, we do get knocked out a lot as a result, that's why the counter catch is really good. So we've got a 2 Super Rod there, 2 Night Stretcher there as well, 1 Bosses, and of course we have the Pal Pad as well, just to recycle things should we need to. A spec of choice, which again has worked really, really well for me. I've had loads of people just like concede games as a result of this 1 card, Neutralization Zone. Basically prevents all damage done to your Pokemon by Pokemon that have rule boxes, so i.e. V Pokemon, EX Pokemon, etc, etc. Although once it's in your discard pile, you cannot put it back into your deck in any way, or you can't recycle this card, so things... any card basically that will kind of put it back into your deck there, that you cannot do that. So, but this is really, really good. So although you can be bounced with other stadiums, the trick with this basically is late game to place this. If you place this early game, they'll probably just replace it with something like Area Zero or Temple of Sinnoh or something like that. So putting this down late game really gives them the surprise factor, and most people just concede because of it, because they just don't have an answer basically to getting around this. So really, really good card. And finally, Energy, we're playing 7 grass in there. That is what has kind of worked for me. You could also play, if you want to go down to 6, open up a spot in your trainers as well, you could also do that. But yeah, 7 is what I've been playing with. That seems to have worked very, very well. So yeah, really, really like this deck. Been playing a lot with it this past week or so. Let's play a game with it and see how it plays out. Okay, so they're called Tails. They called it right. Let's see if we go first or second. Going second actually in this deck isn't too bad. Go first. That's absolutely fine. We do run a lot of Budew in this. It's quite high that we will start with it. There's a probability, a good chance that we will start as we do here. Okay, not a bad hand actually. This is pretty good. Minus the fact that we don't have a supporter card. That does become a little bit concerning. I don't think we can get donked, but let's just do that anyway. Cool. Ooh, okay, Charizard. Interesting. All with abilities though. So let's see. Let's see what we can do here. So Pidgeot has an ability. Charizard does. That Radiant also does as well. This is pretty good actually. Oh, good. Colress is nasty. Okay. So this is actually pretty good because they rely on rare candy basically to get going. So we can just utilize that Budew. Although I'm just thinking, I would like to set this up a little bit more. There's a Venonat to just get more of those out. But I think in order to, because we haven't really got a support card in hand, I think we really need to put more emphasis on this Budew just to make sure that they can't use their rare candies basically. Colress Tenacity, let's just get some stadium cards out, and yeah, don't really want to play that right now. Don't know if I'll regret that later on, but I suppose we can always put it out just in case I draw a research or something. That's fine, we'll just do that. Itchy Pollen for 10 damage. They can't use any item cards, so that means they can't rare candy, which means they are guaranteed not to get a Charizard next turn, which is good. That is good for us. So means I have to go down the route of getting Charmeleon out. So yeah. Although yeah, it is worth noting actually that this can hit for 30 damage if you get some other energy on it. So that's fine. Cool. Ultra Ball. Nice. Okay. Ultra Ball, let's see, what do we do with that? We can, Ultra Ball, yeah, okay. That's got an ability, that's got an ability. Do we get a Froslass out here? I think we just, Earthen Vessel, yeah, just dump that with all sorts of frozen deck, we can get that back later on. I think we really need to get here a Venomoth, ideally Froslass would be great, but, well, should we get a Froslass and just try and accumulate damage on that Radiant on the bench? But it's going to take ages to knock it anyway, so let's just get a Venomoth out. Just making sure we're maintaining this item lock, I think that is the play. So if they knock out, there we go. I think that works. If they get Charizard out, they put that active, then we'll stick out, we'll get our Venomoth out. Maybe we put a Neutralization Zone out as well. Charizard, they got it. So at least they kind of, they did it manually as opposed to getting it, as opposed to using rare candy. So we stalled them out a little bit. So that is fine. So let's see. What we could do next turn is we could lead with Venomoth next turn and put Neutralization Zone out. Charizard did generally okay. Oh, that's interesting. I'm surprised it just didn't go lead with Charmander there. But that's okay. That actually works for us. So cool. Okay, that's fine. Not really getting any support as well. Budew active for now because it does have a retreat cost there, so we could be a little more versatile. Grass Energy. Ooh, okay. So we'll have to see if we can hold out here just a little bit. And we are hitting a weakness as well, which is pretty good. So that's confused. Neutralization Zone is protecting us just for the moment, so that's good. And if they do want to attack, which I don't know why they would, if they can't get through, then they would require a coin flip. So I hope the Neutralization Zone is one of those things where they just don't read the card, and they just try and attack regardless. Accumulate 20 more damage on for confusion. So let's see what they do. But yeah, this is okay. Nice, cool. There we go. Counter catcher. Okay, we are not looking great here. We're just trying to buy time here, and I run a lot of supporters in this deck as well. So it's very, very odd that I'm not hitting anything minus that one Colress. Cool. Counter catcher. Do you want to bring anything up? No, I don't think I want to bring anything up. I think I want to continue with Perplexing Powder. Take that. So Neutralization Zone, really putting in work here. So that's good. So a Froslass would be even great. That would be. If we can get some Froslass out, we could really start to do something with that. So Arven, okay. Tool card. So there's an item card. Tool card. Can't play the item card anyway. Tool cards they can play because there's not an item card. Just trying to think, what tools does Charizard play? Defiance Band, maybe? Unless they play like Maximum Belt or I don't know. I've seen some builds play Hero's Cape as well. I've seen some builds play that as well. So let's see what they get. Rare Defiance Band, yeah. I thought it would be Defiance Band, but you are not using that rare candy, not on my watch. Okay, okay. Not really sure why they're attacking. So yeah, go for it. Not really sure why, but yeah, do some damage to yourself if you want. Still no. This is very frustrating. Right, let's just try and deck thin a little bit. Let's just get rid of that. We've got Super on hand as well to get the facts, so we can just do that. Deck thin a little bit. Cool. Counter catcher. When bringing out. Do we want to counter resistance? No. You know what? Stick to what we're doing. Why not? Stick to what we're doing. Yeah, just something like stadiums that the Charizard will play. One collapsed stadium, I think. I don't play Area 0, so and just the one collapsed stadium. This might be game. I don't know, depending on what they've got. Okay, nice, Buddy-Buddy. All right, that's gonna do something. Let's just set up a bit more. We've got one Venonat on. We've got one here. Okay, that's fine. One Budew as well. Cool. All right, that's something. That's something. All right, stick an energy on that. Very good. And let's just do that. So we'll keep Counter Catcher in hand because I presume they're going to want to retreat the Charizard soon. So we'll keep Counter Catcher in hand. They retreat it. We bring it back up. We knock it out. Take 2 prizes. Try and draw something. Let's see. But yeah, let's see how this goes. Pass turn again. Nice. Pokégear. Finally. Research. Yes. That is what we want to do. That said, we're actually in a pretty good situation. If we just keep the research in hand, and if this gets knocked out, then we go for the push. Actually, we do want to get some Froslass out. I just didn't really want to dish the Counter Catcher, just in case they retreat. They can retreat, so you know what? If they retreat, we've got Froslass and they take damage, right? So no. Okay, I'll have to wait till next turn. Anything in discard that we want to get back? No, I don't think so. Alright, we've got Irida in hand as well. We can get 2 Froslass out next turn. That's pretty good. So I think we're looking pretty good. I think this has turned out pretty nicely, I think. So just need to get those Frostlasses out. So, and then within 2 turns, two checkups. All right, well, it's just gonna get knocked out anyway. So nice. Okay, Froslass. Yay. Let's get an Irida out. Let's get let's have a look. Yeah, so we'll get a Froslass, and we'll get a. I guess we'll get a. What else is in deck? We've got one. There's no one there. So, okay. We'll just get rid of the Buddy-Buddy. Just do that. Why not? So there goes a Froslass. Just burn the Buddy-Buddy because why not? There we go. Cool. All right. That's that. Nice. So and yeah, we'll just knock it out. There we go. So not bad, right? Look at little old Venomoth taking down that Charizard. So yeah, let's take 2 prizes. Cool. Okay. So Neutralization Zone definitely warranting its place in the deck right about now. So as you can see, but if that Charizard does become, if that Pidgey becomes a Pidgeot, then that's going to start taking damage in itself. So let's see. Okay, they're just passing turn. They're just passing turn. Look at this. Look at this. Cool. All right. Let's see. Anything here for Night Stretcher? No, we do not need anything in there. That's fine. I think we just go for the hits. I don't think there's anything else really worth doing at this point. I think we just keep using Perplexing Powder and just go for the knockout basically, while that Charizard is slowly coming to the end of his lifespan. So 60 damage on the bench. But yeah, I mean this proposes a really awkward situation for them. I mean, because they can't, if they get Charizard out, like what are they gonna do? I guess. Nice. Okay. So, 12 cards in hand. They haven't done anything. Should I put them down to 5 cards with Iono? They could also draw Collapse Stadium as well. Then that means they would. But I presume they play Collapse Stadium. But if they've not played anything, I presume that that's because they've got nothing to play. Yeah. And next turn they are not going to get a Charizard out because that Charmander has gone to the discard pile. Is knocked out. In comes the Radianzard, so can we get a knockout on that? That's the question. I think we can actually, because with the Frostlasses building up that damage, I think even if they get a knockout this turn, okay, well they don't. Nice. Just thinking, we can't. Unfortunately, the only thing is we can't really get higher than 30 damage. I was saying if we can get a knockout on this Pidgey, we can knock out the Pidgey. This would get knocked out next turn anyway. You know what? We'll just boss this. Just get that up in the active spot. Why not? Cool. Let's use Perplexing Powder. Hit the Pidgey. There we go. Down goes Charizard on the bench. And yeah, let's take a prize there. Cool, nice, Buddy-Buddy. Cool, and this is looking pretty good. I like this. We've got our Venomoths out. We've got our Frostlasses out. Neutralization Zone is in play, and there is the win. Venomoth is victorious. Look at that, total annihilation. Total annihilation. So there's our Ursaluna, nice, cool. Anyway, we've donked. We've donked for the win, so that was very good. So, but cool. Yeah, like I said, I really like this deck. I've been playing it a lot this week on TCG Live, and it's yeah, just really good. Just locks your opponent out. Of course, you are reliant a little bit on them having energies, but even if they don't, you can also just use Perplexing Powder as well, and just try and make sure that they're not able to attack you because they have to attack through confusion, and that they're item locked as well. So yeah, that is the deck. That is Venomoth for you guys. I will leave the list in the description box below if you guys want to go and check that out and see what you think of the deck. Let me know any changes that you would make, and if you like this deck or not, if you think it has potential. I think, especially with Budew now, it's very, very strong because you go second and you can just basically item lock your opponent, which is the concept of the deck. But let me know what you guys think as well. And yeah, as always, if you like this type of content, you want to see some more content related to the Pokemon Trading Card Game, just related to the Pokemon Trading Card Game in general, then as always, hit that subscribe button and of course like the video. That would be amazing. And yeah, there you go. There is Venomoth Froslass for you guys. Yeah, so thank you very much for watching, guys, and see you all in the next one.